What's up guys, Darkdally here, and today I'm doing a review of the Ewin Flash Series XL gaming chair. And I'm outside today because my house is a little cluttered, it didn't look too good in there, the lighting was horrible, and it's a beautiful fall day in the desert out here, so it's a little chilly. Let's do it out here. I'm going to show you guys all the features of this chair and everything. Now, first of all, if you want to check out their products, and I'll say right up front, there's not much bad to say about this chair. Sorry to ruin the review for you, but we will go through every feature. If you want to check out these chairs, there's an affiliate link in the description below, and use the discount code Darkdally. And I'll also have a link to this particular chair, but if you want to buy this particular one, definitely do it through my affiliate link. I get hooked up, you get hooked up, everyone's happy. Alright, so this is the Ewin Flash Series XL gaming chair. Now I ordered the XL because I'm 6'5", I weigh about 240 pounds, and this chair has a capacity of several hundred pounds. Don't worry, we'll go over the whole chair. And I game a lot. I spend about 12 hours at least a day in this thing. Sometimes I even sleep in it. And very comfortable. So here we'll just pretend this is my desk. And by the way, just so you know, yes, it can do this. I think I just disappeared out of screen. Yeah, it lays back past 180 degrees if you have the tilt on. I'll show you the, okay, so right here, well, I'll show you when I show you up close. There's a tilt thing here to disable the tilt. I can just pop it up, and now the chair doesn't tilt, it just sits upright. So if you go all the way back with this off of tilt as it is now, it'll go back about 160 degrees. I say that because be aware, and I'll show you these levers. This lever down here, if you push that down, be aware that now that it tilts, if you go back, you'll go past 180. And it feels like you're gonna flip over, but I have tested this rigorously and never flipped over. Now I wanted to mention that we can do this. We can do that. There's many levels of comfort you can pick with this thing with a simple lever right here. Let's talk about the chair a little bit. I want to talk about the good parts and some possible downsides to it. First, let's show you the chair. And okay, so let's go over the basics first. We got neck support, and yeah, I'm wearing jacket and gloves because it's a little chilly out. It's November or something. Which reminds me, guys, definitely check out the link to the site because they're going to be having a sick Black Friday sale. If they're not already, it will be. So definitely check that out because we're here right before Thanksgiving. Sorry, Ewin, I forgot to mention that. Ewin, they make great chairs. Here's the lumbar support. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the lumbar support. We'll talk about the neck support. We'll talk about all of the controls on the armrests, and the construction of them. Now, one thing I really like about this is when you lean back in this, and I have slept in this, by the way. It is comfortable. It can be comfortable to sleep in. I mean, considering it's an office chair, it's not like a recliner or anything, but I'll tell you, it's comfortable enough to sleep in because I've fallen asleep playing games more than once in this thing. These broad, now this is the XL size, these broad shoulder things here, they give you plenty of room to roll around. You can tuck in on your side and just pass out in this thing. The only thing, well, I haven't gotten to the downsides or the ups or the downs yet, but I will say if only it had a footstool I could kick up, I would just live in this chair. All right, let's check out the back. It's made of nice material. It's everything you would expect from a chair of this price range. And this is the price range of chair I was looking at. Thank you again, Ewin. Okay, so I guess I should talk about my relationship with the company. They did provide me with this chair, but I also promised them I would give them an honest and unbiased review. And that's what we're gonna do. All right, so first of all, full 360. Full 360. Let's talk about the features here. It's all steel frame. As far as I can tell, this is all steel frame inside here, and I will promise you this is all steel frame. And let's look underneath here. That down there, that's all steel. This thing weighs about 10 pounds, this base right here. So here's the levers. Here on this side, we have a basic lever. You push it, chair goes up, and then you sit on it and the chair goes back down. So let's sit on this real quick and put the chair back down. I ran mine all the way down, and I'll talk why here. I'll talk about that here in a second, why I do that. I'm just going down on the chair. All right. I know this is not the best place to film, but hey, trust me, it's better than my cluttered room. All right. You can see I've used it a lot. There's definitely some dirt and probably some bits of Doritos and stuff in here because I've been gaming in this. I've been using this for about 2 weeks. Let's talk about pros and cons, guys. All right, pros and cons. Pros. It is, oh yeah, even the, as I showed in my unboxing video, which I'll have a link for in the description below, even the base is solid steel. The only thing it's not steel on this are the casters. They're plastic, they don't need to be steel. And the armrest, we'll talk about the armrest in a second. They're plastic, but they don't need to be steel. Thing's a little bit hefty. So one plus is it's all steel. Another plus, it's extremely rugged and has supported my weight flopping back and forth in it and even sleeping in it a couple nights. Been using it for 2 weeks, and I can say, that's as much time as I felt I needed to give it. In that time, this has not failed me, not even an inch. Nothing is given. What are other pros? Pros. We have good lumbar support that's strapped in here. Get the good neck support. Okay, let's look at the arms of the chairs. Oh, on the other side here, this is the lever that, this is very simple, this lever down here. You can just flip this up or down, and it allows the chair to tilt or not. I usually have it on tilt mode, but do be aware, if you have it on tilt mode and you crank it all the way back, you're gonna go past 180 degrees. You will not fall over because of the way the chair is mounted. You can see here, here's basically the center this is the center of the chair, and the chair is actually mounted way up here. So it's putting your weight forward. You will not flip over on this thing. If my 240-pound ass leaned back all the way, doesn't flip the chair, nothing's gonna flip the chair. Now let's have a look at these armrests. Let's have a seat in the chair here. All right, let's just sit beside it. All right, we got buttons all over these things. Now these move on every axis. You can adjust them any way you want. The most obvious is they tilt at different angles, and that requires no buttons. You can just bump them with your elbow and they tilt. We do have buttons. I hope you can see it on camera. Let's see here. We got a button right here on the side, and this allows you to slide it forward and back. We got a button here on the inside. This allows you to slide it in or out like that. And then we got another button here on the outside. Get out here. Got a button here on the outside, and this allows you to go up, down, up, down. So these armrests move every which way, possible. And they are rugged. They're tough. Nothing's broken on this chair on me yet. Okay. The pluses are, this chair is, let's go ahead and go back over here. Pluses, this chair is absolutely good for the value. It's 100% worth the price you pay on the website, but do be sure to use my affiliate link and use the Darkdally discount code and get like 30% off or something. Also, again, Black Friday, guys, it's coming up. Perfect gift right here. Perfect gift for any gamer. This thing is comfortable. Now let's talk about cons. There's a couple cons. Con number one, the assembly is difficult. I would recommend someone who's mechanically inclined to assemble it. Now, the hardware that came with it is very small. It only came with like 4 bolts in a bag. The rest were already in the chair. You just take them out and reinsert them. Sorry guys, I'm a bit out of breath here. The difficult part of the assembly is simply mounting the back to the base, because they fit so tight and they're both made of steel. There's no give, and you don't want to cross thread the bolts. So I recommend someone who's mechanically inclined, just recommending to make sure you don't cross thread. There's 4 bolts, one here and one here on each side. There's a bolt here that holds this plastic dealie on, but there's these 4 bolts. These are the hardest. I had to kind of wedge the chair with my knee and my arm. I had to kind of wedge it, and I think at one time I got a rubber mallet and was kind of pounding it into place to make sure I got them to line up. and then you want to thread in, thread out, thread in, thread out. Make sure it's going in smooth so you don't cross thread. So I'm going to say the assembly was a bit of a pain, but I'm not going to count that against the chair. I'm not going to count that against the chair because any well-constructed item is going to require assembly. And here's the other thing, guys. Here's my philosophy. You only got to put it together once, and then it's together. Am I right? All right, so I don't really count that against it, to be honest. Now, let's have a look at, I've heard this from other reviewers. The lumbar support can be a bit much, but just as they said, this will adjust to you. This will compress and adjust to you. I've been using this chair for about 2 weeks, about 12 hours a day, living in this chair. The lumbar support has adjusted to me, and it's not even an issue. So I don't count that against it either. It works with you. Next, let's go up to the neck support. Now, here's a possible small little nitpick. I'm tall. I'm 6'5". So my neck hits up here, not down here. So I found at first this is a little low for me, and there's no way to adjust it. Let's turn the chair around here. It's just an elastic strap with a little plastic buckle. That's what holds it on. Now, sure, I could rig it and bind this up a little bit to hold it up higher. But after sitting in this for 2 weeks straight, I got my lean angle set and everything. When I sit in the chair, this now does naturally roll up into my neck. So that's not really a minus either. It's kind of hard to count that as a minus, except that they could have made this adjustable. They could have made this strap adjustable with a strappy. And that goes for these strappies here that hold on the lumbar support. They could have put adjusters on these, but again, it's hard to find complaints with this chair because both of those are really also non-issues because I adjusted to them. The only other downside I can really come up with, so the hardware, I mean, the installation was kind of a pain, but hey, I only had to do it once. The lumbar and neck support adjusted to me. The arms are made of plastic. They're kind of, but I don't see it as being a problem. Do I need steel supports for my arms? No, I need steel supports for my ass, pardon my language. That's what I need steel supports for, is my fat butt. And that's where it's got it. The arms are made of plastic, as is, this is either, I think that's plastic. It might be plastic over aluminum. But, yeah, that looks like aluminum there. But it's just armrests. It's just something you set your elbows on. So these are all very small nitpicks. One other nitpick I'm going to have, for me, the chair is it sits a bit high. I have mine lowered down all the way. Let me sit on my chair. All right, for me, this chair sits a bit high because right now, I'm 6'5". Right now, I'm sitting at what for me is comfortable. Like if this was my desk right here, see, this is comfortable for me. But this is down all the way, which means I get none of the shocky action. I don't get any bouncy shocky action because I have it down all the way. If I put this chair up, I'm way up here. I'm 6'5" and my feet are practically dangling off the ground. Granted, however, this is the XL size. This feels a little high for me, but still I can slide under my little imaginary desk here. That's true, I can still slide under it. Not so, again, that's just a nitpick. But my feet are kind of dangly. I feel like I'm sitting, not to compare this to a toilet. I feel like I'm sitting one of those handicapped toilets in the bathroom, you know what I mean? Not to compare this to a toilet. I'm just saying it's the kind of height that I get. So I like it down here. It adjusts, it feels about 6 inches up and down. Down here is nice and good for me. And this is the leaning. Actually, this is not the lean angle. I usually go one notch back to right here. And this is how I usually play. I usually recline. And when I do the neck support, well, I'm wearing a coat right now. If I weren't wearing a coat, that neck support would just roll right up into my neck. So, all right, let's conclude this review here. Here's what I think, guys. Ewin makes solid, good products. I wouldn't endorse it if I didn't believe in it. In fact, I have received products from companies before and then which I reviewed, but then I later pulled the videos because I didn't believe in those products. I do believe in this product, and that's why I'm endorsing them, and I'm glad to have them as a partner and a sponsor on the channel. This is a great gaming chair. Granted, I've only been using it for 2 weeks, but when you're looking at 12 hours a day for 2 weeks, I think I've put a good enough stress test on this. I move around a lot, and I've not yet had a problem. This is the XL size. This should support a person up to or over 400 pounds. So I went with the XL. It gives me plenty of room to sit down, even wearing a coat with stuff strapped around my hips or whatever. Doesn't matter. I can still sit down on it. Sit it up a little bit. Lean function is really nice, and it snaps into place. Construction's nice. There's only a few nitpicks, and that's it. As a taller guy, you got to get used to the lower neck support, but I could fix that. But Ewan could have put adjustment straps for the strappies back here. They could have, but the lumbar support actually feels nice. You get used to it. Guys, I do recommend this product. I recommend this product highly. If I were to rate this product on like an Amazon rating, I'd rate it 5 stars. I mean, if you watch my unboxing video of it, it even came with white cotton gloves to assemble it with, as well as a full laminated color instructions. Although when you use the instructions, as I found out assembling it, be aware they kind of zigzag and go backwards sometimes. It's not left to right. They kind of zigzag for some reason. So watch the instructions, have someone mechanically inclined put it together for you. Thank you so much for watching. My review of this is the only faults I can find are nitpicks. Guys, check out my affiliate link at the top of the description below. Use the discount code Darkdally. Check out ewinracing.com for their Black Friday deals. And if you're looking to get your friend or a family member or whatever a great gaming chair this Christmas, this is it right here. Especially these little shoulder things here. Yeah, you can just you can just kind of tuck it on your side and you can just fall asleep. And I have, inadvertently, while I was gaming, because I'm a gamer. Guys, thanks for watching. I'm Darkdally. I hope you like the chair. Definitely check it out. Definitely check it out. I'm Darkdally. I will catch you guys next time.